In 1660, right? King Charles II came back in power and bought a lot of paintings back. I'm saying when you were 18 and 19, right? You remember how you looked as a child, how your father looked as a child, and I don't know your relationship with your grandfather, but if your grandfather was alive when you were born and grew up, you would know what he looked like. Now, you're telling me that Charles II bought images that weren't him, or weren't his father, or weren't his grandfather? Why are you buying back the images that the guys took away? If that's the case, that's extremely well documented.
Here's the problem, Garfield. By the way, the video that everybody plays, and I know you know this, but I just want to say this for your platform. The video that everybody plays of the elder exposing the 12 tribes chart, saying that's the hook, that's my teacher. That's my actual teacher. So we always knew in my temple that the 12 tribes chart was wrong.
Stop. Because you know what? I was going to bring that up to you because I hit up Uziel in his inbox, but he got my inbox like weeks later. But let me ask you this, because they keep saying that guy, nobody knows him in One West.
That's a lie. Let me explain something. So the people that's in One West today, even Priest Daniela could tell you, they're newer. Even their leader, what's his name? Johanna been there since like the mid 80s. One West go back to 69. My teacher, No Abba Bibbins, in 69, 68, and 67, they all attended Commandment Keepers. That's why my teacher is an authority in the conversation. Johanna wasn't around when Abba Bibbins was living. Johanna wasn't even around at that time. We talking about the 60s into the 70s, right? So we always knew again that the chart was wrong. Any question you want to ask me, by the way, I don't just want to ramble. Any question you want to ask me relating to how that chart came around, I definitely could tell you. It's just a matter of what you asking.
How do you think that the Ethiopian World Federation, which Abba Bivens was part of, do you think that actually influenced the chart? Because that's one of my theories. I don't really put it out there, but it seems like that chart may have influenced him along with British Israelism.
Could I be brutally honest with you?
Yes.
I don't think that chart was that intelligently designed. For it to have been inspired by that. Like the chart, what came up from people that were barely educated, and I don't mean that to diss anybody, but we just got to keep it real. It came up from people that was barely educated. They had no background in the language. They barely understood the history. Abba Bibbins was on his way out. He was on his way out, meaning the man was already dying. Abba Bibbins was well into his 80s around this time in history, right? And so this is why One West inherited what they call Lashawan Kodash. Abba Bibbins knew real Hebrew. None of his followers did, because before he died, he never had an opportunity to teach it to them. That's why after he died, they invented Lashawan Kodash, because none of them actually learned Hebrew. These are all facts. We have documentation behind it, because when Abba Bibbins died, his family took issue with the renaming of the school at that time to call it the Universal School of Practical Knowledge, because Abba Bibbins called it the Tanakh School. Abba Bibbins was from the Old Testament community, which again is the Commandment Keepers. They're not Messianic. Abba Bibbins was not Messianic at all. That began with his followers. A lot of people don't know that history.
Wow.
I can keep going. It's just a matter of
what I was saying that earlier. I think that they read that Genesis 49 chapter and they made it up. Like everybody else who ever did that. I don't think
they did.
I don't think they knew about British Israelism.
Can I interject as someone that was there? You know, you guys are.
You was there when? When were you there?
From 86 to 93.
Okay.
All right, let's hear.
Let me hear you out. Go ahead.
So the 12 tribes, the completion of the 12 tribes is by Arya. But he only came with the 10 tribes, the 10 and a half tribes, if you want to see it like that. But Abba Bivens already had the 3 tribes down locked with the Haitians and the West Indians and the Black Americans. It was the Latino tribes that he brought into the 12 tribes breakdown. So he's the author of the 12 tribes, but not the entire 12 tribes. You know, partial of the 12 tribes. That's one. 2, Lashawan Kodash was spoken by Abba Bivens also. He may have known the way the so-called Jews, the white Jews, speak it, but he put his own understanding on it. Like I told you earlier, the first time I came here, I told you guys that this is a closed system. You're trying to bring scholarship into a system that they say is a revelation, right? It was revealed to them by the Most High. Now, yes, I will say that. I will admit.
Brother, would you be willing to debate this?
You can't debate it because the problem is...
No, anything could be debated. The question is, would you be willing to debate it?
No, it makes no sense for me to debate it. I could debate somebody okay, I'll explain to you. I could debate somebody that's in that circle. And let's say we have some disagreements and we come from the same school. Yes, I could debate. But you're on the outside. You're asking me to take myself out of that belief system and to go into your belief system and try to argue my point.
Hold on, Zion.
That just makes no sense.
Hold on, guys. The reason why he asked you to debate it because you made a specific point, and if I'm wrong, Zion, correct me. You said Abba Bivin spoke it. How would you prove that Abba Bivin spoke it?
Exactly.
That's why.
Because Ariyah told us.
I
was there in the class. I can tell you stuff.
This guy with a false prophet, man. Come on, man.
How are they false prophets?
Your logic is already flawed.
How are they false prophets?
All right, I'm gonna tell you where it falls down, Garfield. We actually have documents from Abba Bibin's family. This is part of the documents of Rabbi Matthews. Some of the in the rabbi, and by the way, Rob Bowen, you could do some of this work. I'm gonna throw you an alley-oop.
Are you on the road?
Oh, I'm at home.
You're too close to the mic.
All right, my apologies. Can you hear me better now?
No,
yeah,
fine, but
I think everybody got to mute their mic.
Yeah. Everybody mute up while somebody's speaking. Maybe you'll get a better effect that way.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you good, bro. You good.
Yeah, you sound clear now.
All right, so I'm gonna throw Rabon alley hoop because he's right in Harlem. If you go to the Schomburg Museum, you go to the second floor and you request the third floor. You request the records of Rabbi Matthews. In those records, you're going to find letters sent to him directly by Haile Selassie. You're also going to find the remaining literature from Abba Bivens. A lot of people don't know that. In that remaining literature from Abba Bivens, you actually find letters where Abba Bivin is not only writing in Hebrew, which is the true Hebrew, not Lashon Kodash, but it represents the way that he speaks. So you can actually see that he doesn't verbalize his thoughts in Lashon Kodash. So we have documentation. Now, I'm not saying that someone's word is not valid because word is what we call oral tradition, but I'm saying that clearly documentation would be a stronger and more concrete evidence than words.
Yeah, but that doesn't prove that he didn't speak Lashon Kodash. You're only proving that he was able to prove that the
brother. What I'm saying to you is this, and this is why I'm saying I'm willing to debate it. I'm not emotional. I'm just here for the information. What I'm saying is Abba Bivin spoke the real Hebrew. Once you know how Hebrew works, let me just get the point out. Once you know how Hebrew works, there's no way you would be speaking Lashon Kodash. It's completely made up, and it doesn't make no damn sense. Nobody that knows Hebrew would speak that. So the fact that you're saying that tells me you clearly don't know Hebrew either. That's why I'm saying if you know your stuff the way you're saying you know your stuff, you was there, why not debate it?
Okay, I never said I spoke standard Hebrew.
I know you don't. I can tell you don't.
Okay, I learned the Lashon Kodash. That's what was taught in school. What I'm saying to you is that Ariyah did not bring Lashon Kodash into the school. It was already taught to him. That's what I'm telling you. Now, what I'm saying to you is that Abba Bivens spoke both because he broke from Rabbi Matthews. Now, Rabbi Matthews may not, I don't know. I'm speaking speculation. I'm speculating right now. More than likely, he didn't know Lashon Kodash. But when they broke from him, they came with that new revelation, which was the Lashon Kodash. And then let me hit you with this. Marsha spoke a little bit of standard Hebrew. Ariyah spoke a little bit of standard Hebrew. And the reason why I say that is because their name before One West was Moshe and Aryeh. So those are standard Hebrew words, right?
I'm not sure if you realize that strengthens my argument. because that would clearly reflect the fact that they was under the tutelage of Abba Bibbins, and he spoke the real Hebrew. That's why prior to One West, by the way, you're not saying nothing that I don't know. I know that many of the original heads of One West, many of them were original adherents of Masoretic Hebrew, or what some people call Biblical Hebrew. And it wasn't until after the death of Abba Bibbins that Lashon Kodash becomes mainstream, and that becomes the language used at One West. Prior to that, they were speaking the same Hebrew.
I'm not disputing what you're saying. When you say that Abba Bibbins had no idea of Lashon Kodash, that's when I'm pushing back, because Arya told us that.
What would be the evidence is what I'm saying now.
What would be the what?
What would be the evidence of that statement?
Arya told us this. That's the evidence.
Okay, so apart from Arya saying that,
Zion, hold on a second. Bani Asharala, you do understand that if you left the organization, you're not obligated as you were before. I'm saying to you, why would you take God's word who prophesied about 2000 as like it's the gospel?
Okay, so I
hold on, Bani Asharala, hold on 1 second, beloved. Listen to what I'm saying. You would have to have somebody. You said bear witness to it, right? So do you have 3 witnesses that he spoke Lashon Kodash?
Anyone? I got brothers. I got 2 brothers that was with us with me. Any brother that came.
I'm saying, do you have witnesses other than Arya that said that he spoke Lashon Kodash?
So we only have 2 witnesses, Marsha and Arya. They're the ones that came from the old school. Everybody else came after them. Like once Marsha and Arya broke off from Abba Bivens, then
Zion Lexx teacher was there though. He actually.
In what school? In what school? ISUPK, which one?
He used to be there from early on, right?
Let me answer this, Garfield, because this is how much of a gap there is in what his understanding of me. My teacher is not from IUIC. My teacher is not from ISUPK. My teacher is not from One West. He's from the Commandment Keepers. The same congregation. Hold on. The same congregation that Abba Bivens is from. That's before all of y'all. Before all of y'all One West schools, we was here.
Okay, what I'm saying to you is that you get disconnected when Arya breaks off. So you don't have that history from the time of
No, I do, because we had several people from the original. We had several people from the original One West that joined the ranks of our organization in Brooklyn. So if you know anything about that history, you said you came in about 87.
I was in the camp in Brooklyn by Abbey Square Mall. I was under Kazak. I don't know if you know who Kazak is. So
I know Kazak. Kazak is a messianic, brother. The Brooklyn schools were not messianic.
Invite Kazak on the show. He'll break it down to you. He'll break out.
Yeah, let him come on. Let him come on.
The reason why I'm kind of passionate about this, because a lot of times I hear you guys speak from like third-hand account. You guys weren't there, so you gotta get somebody that was really.
So watch this. I've been around since 1994. My teacher's been around since the 50s, 40s, 30s, and 20s in the Israelite community. So I was there. I was there for the 94 and on era. My teachers was there all the way from the 1920s until present day. You're not speaking to somebody that doesn't know. I have 32 years in this way of life. You have a little bit more than that. But my teachers have well over 80 and 70. What are you talking about?
Okay, so all I'm saying is this. You want to invite Kazak because he was one of the 7 heads.
Brother, what I'm going to do is debate you because you're saying a lot of things that's blatantly wrong. And if you're going to go on public platforms and say it, then why not defend it?
Because I don't have anything but word of mouth. This is what Ari.
Then that means you don't have no evidence. You shouldn't be publicly saying it.
But the way you guys are talking is like you guys were there. You guys were
Brother,
there.
when you say you guys, you don't know nobody else apart from me that just said what I said. Don't group me with your One West weirdos. I'm not like none of y'all.
Well, all righty. Well, I heard one more thing. So he said that what's his name?
You don't want to debate me because you know how embarrassed you are.
He said he identified 3 tribes already. Did he say that Abba Bibbins did that already?
Benjamin Lee.
Yeah. And there's no evidence for that. There's no evidence for that. Dude is up there literally lying. Nobody in One West even teach that. Stop it.
Okay, you want to believe that, but I'm telling you that Abba Bivens already identified.
Brother, I'll go on camera right now. You can go on camera right now, and we can debate this shit right now. Let's go.
Let's go.
I'm not interested in debating you.
Cause you full of shit.
You can say whatever you want, but get somebody from the.
All right, so you in New York? You in New York?
The same thing.
Oh, you in New York?
Zion, hold on. Fall back a little bit. Banya Sharala, I'm gonna put my email in the chat, right? In the side private chat. And I want you to reach out to me, give me your number. Right?
Okay, and we can have a discussion. We go
from there. We don't have to even take it that far.
Try to pull rank on me. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, Zion, I went.
I left the school with as an officer of a 500. What rank did you have?
You was an officer of 500 dumbasses. What the fuck do that mean? What the fuck do that mean? You sound stupid. Oh, I wish you was in New York. You kidding me? He was an officer of 500 dudes. He was an officer.
Yo. Hey, yo, Zion, I went to the Schomburg. I looked in that, but I didn't see nothing on Abba Bivens. I saw like the membership cards of the Ethiopian joint. I saw a lot of letters writing back.
Did you come across the yellow? Did you come across the yellow folder with the archives from Haile Selassie?
No. I came across the letter between Rabbi Ford and him.
No. So inside of that yellow folder, if you want, I'll schedule a day and go with you. I'm actually free Monday.
In the yellow, I think in the yellow folder, it was like a newspaper clip.
No. I don't know if there's a newspaper clip there. I don't know if they added anything, but I know for a fact inside of that yellow folder, you're gonna find the archives that was sent from Haile Selassie, because when Haile Selassie had to go to UK because of the whole Mussolini issue having beef with Italy, he asked Rabbi Matthews to represent him at a number of UN speeches. So but by the way, that also kills the whole idea that Israelites was anti-African, because the commandment keepers had great relationships with African leaders, one of them being Haile Selassie, the Emperor of Ethiopia. And we have the documentation. This anti-African thing started with the dummies in the Israelite community, which is One West. That's where that came in. The guys that don't speak Hebrew, the guys that say shalom, the guys that dress like monkeys. That's where all the ignorance came in the Israelite community. They erased all of the years of Israelites putting on work, how we worked. You think Israelites could have worked under Marcus Garvey and not be for Africa? Rabbi Ford worked with Garvey. You know Garvey wouldn't employ anybody that was anti-Africa. All that stupid shit comes in with One West. That's why One West doctrine got to die, and that's why I promise you I'm going to murder that shit.
Yo, drop the bombs.
Damn, I'm not even